Hello and welcome to Potted RV. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. It looks like it is kind of late, but it's more overcast than anything, so kind of forgive me on that a little bit. I wanted to get this video done, but my son has been teething a lot and not exactly the happiest camper. So he's been up and down through the night, so I haven't been sleeping real well. And I don't want to try to do these videos in the heat of the day, even though it is starting to cool a slight bit down. It's not enough for me to really be okay with doing these in the heat of the day. So this video, for those of you that have followed me for a little while, know I've been having a lot of problems with some pests in my garden. One of which has been whitefly. I've used Captain Jack's and was recommended to me by another YouTuber, and it works wonders on everything else. It has kept the population of the whitefly down, which tells me it kills them on contact, but only if they contact the product. So if they're just biting into the plant after it's sprayed onto the product, it's not doing anything to them. I have an aunt, who's also an avid gardener, and she is really particular about doing everything very naturally and organically, which a lot of people are. She has some health conditions that really require her to do so. And when I told her I was still having problems with these, she actually recommended clove oil and cinnamon oil mixed together to do a insecticidal soap. And this is what this video is about, is making your own insecticidal soap. I don't have cinnamon oil, and I could not find it, so I'm going with strictly clove oil. Everything I read online, they are both natural insecticides. I do know that cloves are, but they don't grow in my climate, not at all. So they are tropical. They like the tropics. So I went ahead, and this was the last one they had, and I purchased a bottle of clove oil. Now I have a small rant about this, and it has nothing to do with the oil itself. I have a rant about the packaging, and this I'm seeing more and more with everything. This box for that. Why on earth do we have this much space? Why do this? I don't understand that. I know you want to make it look like there's more in it, but 5 mils is still, well, this isn't even 5 mils. This is 15 mils. It's half an ounce. Half an ounce is half an ounce. It's not going to be much of a product. With oils, you don't need much of a product anyways. I put probably way too much because I was half awake. My son has been teething and not the happiest camper, and he's been waking up in the middle of the night off and on, and so with my husband home, I passed out, and I woke up and went to make this, and I probably put half a teaspoon for an 8-ounce bottle, because this is the bottle size I purchased. And I will tell you, I deliberately bought one of these dollar spray bottles out of the travel section at Walmart, because with essential oils, I do not put them in, I won't put them in my pressure ones, because even my insecticide pressure one, I won't do it because the oil is still going to residue on it. Even washing it out, it still has a bit of residue. I want to know that when I use an insecticide out of the store, I want to know that it is that and not the mix I had previously in it. And essential oils will leave residue. So to make an insecticidal soap at home, they're very easy. Dawn dish soap and water. This is 8 ounces of water, and the oil you're going to use. I'm just doing the clove oil. I'm not doing the cinnamon oil. I couldn't find cinnamon oil. So all you do is probably about half a teaspoon of dish soap. The reason why dish soap works to do something like this, it's not actually, I don't consider it a soap. The reason you put Dawn dish soap in it is to allow the oil to mix evenly through the water. And dish soap is a degreaser. So it will break down the oil enough to allow it to mix. I'm going to take you guys with me and show you just how bad it still is, even after we've been spraying every other day for almost a week and a half. So let me take you with me and let you see this. So when you look at my beans, they had not been this yellowed out. This is just from whitefly. Even on the exterior of the leaves, see if I can zoom into these. There are whiteflies standing on the top of the leaves of my tomatoes now. But this is the remaining cucumber. And as you can see, one whole vine has died away. It does still have new growth on it that I want to show. The underside of these leaves. All of those white spots. Yeah. That's with spraying it. And these guys had been so coated on these leaves that I literally couldn't see the leaf underneath. So I'm going to really spray them down as dramatically as I can. Now with this mist, pull this back up. So with this mist, I have it doing a 360 circle intentionally. So and I accidentally sprayed myself in the face, and I'll tell you, if you get clove oil directly on your skin, it burns. The way you can handle that, we're going to really get underneath these. I don't have anywhere near the, you see, that's the downside to these. Hasn't even been used and it's struggling. Because this is the first time I've used it. Okay. I'm hoping this will last through. The mechanism is sticking. Hold on just a second. I really don't normally use these. And if you look at this one is so struggling. And it was such a beautiful, healthy plant. So we're really gonna try. It's sad to have to do it this way, but I did find little wormies and eggs that neither me or my husband had any clue what they were on this tiny tin tomatoes. So we'll spray this too. And I will do a whitefly update in about a week's time, and we'll see how the clove oil is working. I'll probably do 1 or 2 more sprays of the clove oil, and we'll see what I can salvage and what I can't. These guys are nearly ready to pull, and we'll see how they do. And I do see something I'm not happy about. Just trying to encroach on my rose, which that's what they do. So that's basically it. Insecticidal soap is really, really easy to make. This is actually, from everything I've read, this is probably more intense of an insecticidal soap than you're going to get in a store. And it's safer for small children. Pets, I don't know. I don't have information on whether or not it's safe for the soap itself. The mixed soap is safe for animals. I'd have to ask my mother. That's a mother question. My mother's a dog breeder, and whereas I have a deep love of gardening, and my mother's that way with dogs. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. It's going to be one of my shorter ones, but I really do think that I have a better chance of this working given the fact that everything I've seen, scientific studies I've looked at, this is effective on aphid family, which whiteflies are in the aphid family. So there's fingers crossed, because as I showed, they're very intense, far more intense than they should be, especially with using so much insecticide. But like I said, Captain Jack's is not, I don't know if I said it or not. I had tried to do one part of this recording and realized I didn't even have my mic hooked in. So just in case I didn't, yes, I've been using Captain Jack's heavily on this problem, but also because I had squash bugs and grasshoppers really, really intensely. Captain Jack's is rated for those. It's actually not rated for whitefly. So the fact that it only culled the population down and it didn't actually help solve the problem didn't entirely surprise me. It only effectively seemed to, it only seemed to be effective when it was sprayed on the whiteflies themselves. And I can't be sure at this point that what wasn't bringing the population down more so was the peroxide mix. From everything I've read, their eggs are laid in the soil, which that's one thing that peroxide will help with small flying insects, is if they lay their eggs in the soil and whatnot, peroxide mix will help with that. So it culls the population down that way. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. I know it's kind of a little complicated. I didn't really show putting them in. That's more to do with the daylight. I wanted you to be able to see what I was doing, and like I said, I'm losing daylight fast, so this is kind of a quick video. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And like I said, about a week's time, we'll do another one on how the population is doing. See you on the next one, guys. Thank you.